You have a brilliant idea. You open a new digital document, and there it is, the cursor, flickering against a wall of pure white. Just 3 seconds ago, your brain was flooded with dopamine, riding the high of a great concept. Now, staring at that screen, your mind goes entirely blank. The idea evaporates. We treat the blank page as a symbol of ultimate creative freedom, a space where absolutely anything is possible, unburdened by rules or expectations. If a lack of boundaries is so liberating, why does sitting in front of an empty document feel like walking into a brick wall? Why does freedom create so much friction? Physically, creating a new file takes a fraction of a calorie. You press a button and the canvas appears. Psychologically, populating that space with a coherent thought is exhausting. That pristine, perfectly white space is actually a hostile cognitive environment. It demands immediate output, but offers zero structural boundaries to help you start. To understand why you freeze up, we have to look away from the screen and into the brain's internal processing architecture when confronted with a boundless canvas. You might recognize this as the paradox of choice. Usually, we apply the concept to consumer habits. Having 50 types of cereal makes it harder to pick one. The exact same mechanism governs the act of creating. Human brains are predictive engines. To figure out where to begin a task, our working memory looks for pre-existing parameters. We need edges and rules to simulate outcomes and select a path forward. This diagram models what happens when those parameters drop to zero. Without any rules to follow, the brain shoots out a calculation for every conceivable starting point simultaneously. It triggers an exponential explosion of variables. Your mind attempts to draft 100 different opening sentences at the exact same time, overlapping and tangling until the original idea is completely buried. The biological hardware simply cannot process that much unstructured data. It causes a localized cognitive system crash. The entire process grinds to a halt. Staring blankly at the screen is not a deficit of inspiration. Writer's block is a catastrophic overflow of unstructured options. The only way to reboot a crashed system is to stop asking it to calculate infinity. You have to introduce a boundary. In psychology, cognitive load refers to the amount of information your working memory can hold. When you try to wrangle endless possibilities, your load hits maximum capacity. You have zero mental RAM left to actually execute the task. There is a sharp neurological divide between daydreaming about an idea, which is unstructured play, and formatting that idea into a note, which requires structured problem solving. To force the brain out of the fluid state of play and into the rigid state of execution, you have to build an artificial constraint. You need a box to put the idea in. This means imposing arbitrary rules on yourself before you start. Set a strict 50-word limit, force yourself to outline, or type an embarrassing sentence. A severe constraint eliminates the burden of choice. It provides your working memory with a defined parameter, clearing the cognitive load so the actual work can begin. Which brings us back to that blinking cursor and the pure white screen waiting for your input. The blank page is not an enemy to defeat. It also isn't a magical space that will do the heavy lifting for you. It is a completely neutral mirror, reflecting the limits of your working memory back at you. Breaking out of the paralysis requires a single, deliberately imperfect action. You have to physically ruin the symmetry of the empty document. In this creative flowchart, a feedback loop activates the exact millisecond a keystroke breaks the blankness. That first imperfect word establishes a parameter. It gives your brain a solid surface to push against, generating momentum to find the second word. The next time you open a new note, do not protect its pristine perfection. Ruin it immediately. Put a dent in it. True creativity does not exist in a boundless vacuum. It is a kinetic force. It only takes shape when it collides with a wall.